Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Brajjana Ranjana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Rama Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Gandhari Radha Gandhari Shri Radhe Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Paramhamsa Parivrajakacharya Stota Srimad Vaishnava Arvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrind ki Granth-raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishad ki Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 So tonight's topic is living on edge. Can anyone relate to that topic? Living on edge. Who has lived life on edge?
Living on edge means
Yes.
Everyone is some sort.
Example. I can give one example today, then you guys can come up. Sorry, one example.
Arjuna was living on edge because he had no option either to fight or to do nothing.
Yeah, you can say Arjuna is living on edge because on one hand there is his friends, relatives, brothers on the opposite side, and on the other hand is dharma, what to do, what not to do. And he's right in the middle of the battlefield. right? That's one example. But some personal examples to start off with, living on edge. I can think of one example I'll give. Yeah. I was cooking khichdi, but there was no potatoes. Potatoes came late. So the Matajis in the kitchen were saying, just boil it separately and then put it there. I said, don't worry, just cut it, chop it a bit small, we'll just put it in the khichdi and it will cook by itself. So when you eat khichdi, you'll come to know if the potato is uncooked, why it is raw. Okay, any drastic examples of personal life, living on edge? I thought you put your hand up, bro. Another example I'll give, personal life. When I was in grade 3, actually my father is here, so, all due respects. And he told me that I wasn't a good student at that, when I was small. In Fiji they have grades, like, it's position. Like at the end of the year you get marks, and then they put position, so you can first, second, third. And then after that, up to 10, it's okay. But then after that, it's despicable. And I used to come last, like second last, third last. So my father said to me, Dad, if you come within first 10, I'll give you a trip to Australia. My uncle and them were living here in Melbourne. So I said, wow, that's something. So I just did the tests and whatever. And the report sheet came. I came again last, second last, something like that. I can't remember. And I had this strange habit of chewing on paper. And so I went home, I said, what will I say? So after exam was over, you're allowed to watch movies. So I put a movie on, no one was there, I was home alone. And unknown to me, the report sheet, I started chewing it. So after 2.5, 3 hours, when the movie ended, the report sheet had become completely like a chewing gum in my mouth. So, when my father came home, he asked, what position did you come? And I said, 6th. And he didn't ask for the report sheet. And I got a trip to Melbourne. But of course, after that, I felt very guilty. And, from year 4, then I started coming within the first 10 position. So that's guilt taking place, but still living on edge. Okay, any other examples? No, I've embarrassed myself enough. Srila Prabhupada, we can say, lived on edge, our founder Acharya. He was instructed by his spiritual master that you spread the message of Krishna consciousness in the Western world. And actually, all gratitude to him, we are here today. So, at what age did he go to America, Gunesh? 65? 69. And with how many rupees did you go? 40 rupees. So, at that age, going to America, and that too in a cargo ship. And that too in the cargo ship, how many heart attacks did he suffer? 2. And as soon as he landed, the captain of the ship, Captain Pandya, said, "Oh Swamiji, you are so old. What will you do in this foreign land? No one will listen to you. People are all sinful here. You come back, we'll go back. I'll take you back to India. You are all alone here." And Prabhupada, he looked behind and he said in a very confident, stern voice, "I am not alone. Krishna is with me." That's living on edge. With only 40 rupees, such confidence. So we say the Vrajvasis in Vrindavan, they are living on edge. always, some demon or the other is attacking to kill Krishna. And every day, Krishna is killing these demons. Putna, Shaktasura, Trinavrata, the whirlwind demon. So many, Aghasura, Bakasura, Dhenukasura. They're daily being attacked. And then on top of them, demigods are also causing chaos in Vrindavan. And we'll look at a few examples. But what a wonderful life it is, isn't it? What a wonderful life it is. Because it's life full of excitement. Actually, people who are living out there in the material world, they think they are enjoying. Actually, we are enjoying. Because we are putting our faith in Krishna. And we are allowing Krishna, yes, the rope of the string of my life is in your hand. And you, whatever you like, you do with it. We are surrendered unto you. If you want me to pass, it's your wish. If you want me to fail, it's your wish. But in either case, I am yours. This is the last prayer of Sixtashtaka we recite every morning. Ashish Lava Padartha Pinashtumam. That, oh Krishna, you may deal with me roughly by embracing harshly. Adarshana dharmata karotuva. I'm calling out, oh Krishna, hey Govinda, you may not give me darshan. But nonetheless, whatever you do to me, you are my worshipable Lord unconditionally. Now this is life living on edge. Putting Krishna in the forefront. We see that from the time we come in this material world, actually it's a very precarious situation. We are all like the baby especially. Just imagine 9 months in the womb of a mother. How precarious the situation is. In Srimad Bhagavatam, actually, people think this is mythology. But these scriptures were written about 5,000 years ago. At that time, there was no ultrasound, no x-rays. But still, the description of how the child grows in the womb of a mother is described from the time of conception to each of the milestones. 5 days, they say it becomes like a flesh plum. And then 1 month, head develops. By the 3rd month, all the senses develops. And by the 7th month, it is said the child gains consciousness. And because he sees Krishna, he remembers his past 100 years of life. And then there he feels pity upon himself because he remembers all the sinful activities he had committed. And as a result of which, he is now bound in the mother's womb. I recently went to India and I have the situs, my shoulder, I cannot move it, there is inflammation here. So the doctor there, they said, you show it there. So they did what you call MRI scan. And so they put you in this very tight machine inside. So in Australia also I've been, but in India, it is like a coffin box. And before going in, the guy there said to me, are you sure you can do this alone? If you want, we can call your friends who are sitting outside. I said, no problem, I've done this before. But it's literally like a coffin box. You go inside and you are in this tight confinement. And there I was thinking, my heart was pumping. And I said, 9 months in the womb of a mother, I have spent like this and don't know many lives. And I said, no, doesn't matter. The guy said 20 minutes it will take. So 20 minutes intensively I was just chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And we all have been there, not in the MRI, but in the womb of the mother, in a tight confinement. And in Srimad Bhagavatam it says the unborn child prays. And the last prayer the unborn child says is Tasmadaham Vigada Viklava Uddharishya. Oh Krishna, I'm in a very difficult situation here, in the confinement of my mother's womb. Uddharishya, but I will deliver myself. How? Atmanamashutam sahasruhidatmanaiva. That I will make my intelligence my friend. How will I make my intelligence my friend? Let's meditate on this point. We were discussing in Bhagavad Gita last week that there is a term used which is a person of miserly intelligence. And the Sanskrit term is kripanaha. Now what does miserly intelligence mean? What does miserly mean? Conjuice. What does extreme miserly mean? Makhi juice. What does it mean, makhi juice? Literally, even if the makhi falls in your drink, you won't let that drink go to waste. You will put the makhi in your mouth and suck it, and then throw the makhi out. So, it means you have money, but you don't want to use it. You live a miserly life. A good karjina. A despicable life. We had, one rich person. My uncle was there. And literally he used to tell his daughter, Jai Shri Radhagiri Govardhandari ki. He used to tell his daughter literally that don't cook more than 6 chapatis in the house. Why? Because there's 3 of them, each of them will have 2 chapatis each. No more than that. And if by mistake she cooked more chapatis, she would get a bad tongue lashing. So much money is there. And when he died, all that money, children were just fighting. You have money, use it. Utilize it. So, miserly intelligence similarly means that this intelligence has been given for us to use it in the right way. In human form of life, the use of intelligence is described as that we question that yes, my life is there as human to solve the problems of life. And Bhagavad Gita describes problems of life as 4-fold. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanu darshanam. The real problem of life is janma, birth, and after birth, mrityu, death, and in between, jara, old age, and vyadhi, disease. So everyone has to go through this 4. Sometimes people die young, so they escape the old age. But disease and death, or accidental death. Nonetheless, everyone goes through it. No one wants to go through it, but they have to go through it. So, real intelligence, scriptures say, is now is the time to question, why am I suffering? Who am I? What is the purpose of my life? And a person who actually inquires about these subject matters is called Brahmana. Now notice the difference. Kripana, Brahmana. Brahmana is not simply a person who has a Janoi, a throat, or his name is Maharaj or Sharma surname. Real Brahmana is one who questions what is the goal of life, why I have been born, where will I go after I die, and he pursues life in finding answers to these questions. And as soon as these questions arise, then Krishna is there in the heart. So the unborn child in the womb of the mother prays that Atmanam Ashu Tamasaha Sruhidatmanaiva Sruhidat. I will make my intelligence Brahmana. Means friendly intelligence. No one is our enemy except ourselves. We can be our greatest friend and greatest enemy. And what does the unborn child say? Bhuyo yatha vyasaname tadaneka. Oh, I promise that anekarandhram, anek means many, many, randhram, womb of the mother, I will not enter in future. This one life is enough. Mame bhavishya upasadita Vishnu pada. By meditating on the lotus feet of Vishnu, I will prevent myself from entering the womb of another mother. This is the solemn promise actually we all have made in the womb of our mother. But as soon as we take birth, the Lord's illusory energy, Maya, captures us and we forget. But then the Lord is so kind, He reminds the same message in Bhagavad Gita. Yes, Mamai Amsha Jiva Loke. You are my Amsha, you are mine. And you are meant to come to me. Therefore Krishna in Bhagavad Gita proclaims to Arjuna what to do. What to do? He says, please repeat. Manmana bhava mad bhakto. He says, give your mind to me. Engage your mind in thinking of me. Mad bhakto. Become my devotee. Madhya jimam namaskuru. He says, worship me. Namaskuru. He says, bow down before me. Mamai vaishyasi yuktvaivam. And in this way, if you are always engaged in me, Atmanam matparayanaha, then surely you will come to me. You will surely come to me. So, see Srila Prabhupada, what he did. His spiritual master said to him that you preach the message of Krishna consciousness in the Western world. And just one instruction, he made his life and goal. And at the age when everyone wants to just retire and live a comfortable life, he lived a life on edge. He had 2 strokes, and yet, if we have little health issue, we go back to our confinement. No, but Prabhupada carried on. And with those 40 rupees, he, in 12 years' time, traveled the world 12 times around the globe and established 108 temples of Krishna. A life of purpose and a life of living on the edge, but with confidence. It's not a risk. Remember this. We are not living a life of risk. We are living a life of confidence. Why? And yet, a life on edge. Therefore, it is exciting. It is happy. Why? Because we have full faith in Krishna. We'll have full faith in Krishna. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. Vishwasya Palana. This is one of the aspects of surrender. And at the same time, with full humility, we submit. No, it is not us. It is Krishna who is doing it. So when people say surrender, Krishna says surrender unto me. What does it mean? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describes that dainya, that first we accept, yes, we are humans, we are not God. And therefore we have to listen to the instructions of God. Atma Nivedana. We have to surrender everything, our whole life to Him. Gotripte Varana, Avashya Rakshibe Krishna, Vishwasha Palana. That yes, Krishna will surely maintain me. This is the life of Prabhupada. With only 40 rupees, not only Prabhupada was maintained, but he expanded his empire of devotional service and temple. Yes, Krishna will maintain us, surely. Goptiptre Varana. Avashya Rakshibo Krishna. In whatever situation, Krishna will protect me. We see examples of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is threatened by his father. Yes, you accept that I am God. But Prahlad Maharaj refused. No, Vishnu is Lord. Prahlad Maharaj was thrown from the mountain. And Prahlad Maharaj just called out Krishna. And below Krishna caught him. Prahlad Maharaj was put with the pit of poisonous, venomous snakes. And the snakes did not harm Prahlad Maharaj. He was constantly thinking of Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj was put on the lap of Holika, his aunt. And because she had a boon that she will not burn. So a fire was, big bonfire was created. And because she tried to harm a devotee, she was killed. But Prahlad Maharaj totally escaped. Prahlad Maharaj was tried to be trampled upon by an elephant. But still, Prahlad Maharaj was unfrightened and undeterred in his determination. Otherwise, someone puts a gun to our head, we usually submit. But not Prahlad Maharaj. This is a life living on edge. Dhruva Maharaj, I want a kingdom greater than my great-grandfather. Who's Dhruva Maharaj's great-grandfather? Lord Brahma. No one has a higher position than Lord Brahma. But Dhruva Maharaj is determined. And then he follows the path of Narad Muni that gives. Narad Muni says, just chant the name of the Lord. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And Dhruva Maharaj went in the jungle, chanted, and within 6 months, he attained Krishna. So if anything big we want, why don't we just approach Krishna? He can give us. But the most important thing he gives us is his love. So Dhruva Maharaj says, I was after a piece of broken glasses, but I got in you transcendental gem. Kachan vichinvan napidiv jaratnam swamin krithartosmi varam nayache. Oh my Lord, I'm satisfied now. I don't need anything else. This is like living on edge. That we get the most beautiful thing in terms of Krishna and his love. And that is enough to sustain and nourish us throughout our lives. Life living on edge. Krishna in Vrindavan, they're playing, spotting along with the Gopavals. And at that time, the whole of Yamuna is poisoned. Yamuna is poisoned, and the ball is thrown by Krishna into the river. And one of the friends who the ball belongs to, Madhumangal, he says, Krishna, you threw my ball. The rule is whoever throws the ball gets it. Now you have to go and get it. All the Gopals are saying, Madhumangal, are you mad? There is Kalya serpent in the river. It's poisonous. Waters are poisonous. He won't come back alive. Of course, Madhumangal loves Krishna like anything. But this is a sporting pastime and Yogamaya is acting. So Madhumangal says, no, I don't know anything. I just want my ball back. And Krishna is smiling because he knows it's time to subdue the Kalya serpent. Krishna goes in, jumps in the water and goes to the bed of Yamuna. And there, a wonderful pastime happens between Krishna and the Kalya serpent. And we know that Krishna is spotting with Kalya serpent. He goes into the trap of Kalya serpent, and with its coils, Kalya serpent just binds Krishna. So when a snake, a python, puts its self around a person, it just sucks that person tightly, and the person cannot breathe so tightly. It wraps around the person. So that's what the Kalya serpent tried to do to this 5-year-old boy. But Krishna is the Supreme Lord. What does he do? He expands himself. And when he expands himself, Kalya serpent cannot hold it anymore. And then Krishna jumps into the hoods of Kalya serpent. And Krishna starts what? Dancing. We all dance on this fixed floor. But Krishna dances on the ferocious hoods of Kalya serpent, which is not still. Kalya is angry. And how many hoods Bhagavatam says Kalya serpent had?
7. 5.
1,000. Who said 1,000? Yes, 1,000 hoods Kalya serpent had. Sometimes in the picture it shows 5 or 7, because even in the picture they can't put 1,000 hoods. But 1,000 hoods. Look at the ratio. 2 feet to 1,000 hoods. And still there isn't one time where Kalya serpent is able to lift one of his hoods. Why? Because as soon as Kalya tries to lift the hood, Krishna puts his step there. And it's not that Krishna is going like that, or is frightened, or like, now what do I do? Where do I put my step? No, Krishna is very well synchronizingly dancing. And with the force of Krishna's foot, the poison is coming out of Kalya's mouth. So Acharyas explain, similarly, if we allow simply Krishna to dance on the tip of our tongue, then the poison of Vishaya, the poison of sinful life, the poison of bad habits that we are attached to, that will come out. Rupa Goswami wonderfully says, Tunde Tandavani Ratim Vitanute. When we chant Krishna's name, then Tunde Tandavani, then Krishna Tandavani dances on our tongues. And at that time, one tongue is not enough. Millions of tongues we desire. And when the same name of Krishna enters the ears, then millions of ears we want. And Krishna enters the courtyard of our heart through our ears. And there, all the senses that were attached to sinful activities, it captures it. And then we can taste the Amrit of Krishna's name. So Krishna beautifully dances. So we can also make Krishna dance. How? Simply, if we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. At first we won't feel like chanting. Why? Because the poison is there. The poison comes out. So we'll feel very bad. But once the poison is finished, then the nectar is there. So, living on edge means accepting some difficulty for sake of Krishna, so that the ultimate result will be nectar. But Krishna conscious process is so sublime, it is at the start nectar and at the end nectar also. Why? Because this process is simply 4 things. Fasting, dancing, singing and feasting. So we just simply follow these four. We fast, and while fasting we sing the names of the Lord and we dance, which we will be doing soon, and then feasting. Then we have prasadam, relish prasadam. And Krishna prasadam is Krishna's mercy. We have prasadam, our life will be purified. So when Krishna comes on top of all the Kalya set and the Brajvasis see, oh, how wonderfully Krishna is dancing. And they see, yes, this is Krishna, this is our Krishna. He can do anything and everything. This is life of Brajvasis living on edge. And here in Bhagavad Gita, we see Krishna in the second chapter, verse 37 said, please repeat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Please repeat. Hato va prapsyasi swargam. Jitva va bhokhyase mahim. Tasmat uttishta kanteya. Yudhaya kritya nishchayaha. Translation by His loving divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Please repeat. O son of Kunti, either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up with determination and fight. So this is what we have to make the purpose of our life. That we have to fight this battle of life with the purpose to make sure that this will be our last birth and not take or enter another mother's womb again. And if this is the purpose of life, then guess what? We have already overcome the fear of death. Because we know that after this life, there will be no more death. And in this life also, there will be no death. Why? Because we will have victory over death. I'll tell you this story, which was about 15, 16 years ago. Story of my god brother in Kerala. He was a successful young lawyer. He was not a devotee. One day he was just passing and crossing the railway tracks, but he had his headphones on and he was listening to some, Malayalam music, very loud, and he was so absorbed in that he did not see or hear train was coming. And his luck had it that the train went right over him. But when the train passed, he lived to see the day. But he was completely paralyzed. A successful lawyer. One of my god brothers was his colleague. And he went to see him after a month or so. And he saw the condition. This person is completely gone. Is a vegetable. Can't do anything. Completely paralyzed from neck down. And in the meantime, when my Guru Maharaj had gone to Trivandrum and he was taking Bhagavatam class, he asked for Malayalam language Bhagavatam, and no one had translated it. So my Guru Maharaj was very pained, and he asked my god brother, Kathamrita Prabhu, you please translate it. He was a lawyer as well. So he said, Maharaj, I cannot translate it. So Maharaj told him, then you find a person who can translate it. Few weeks went by, Kathamrita Prabhu kept visiting this person who was paralyzed. And one day this person, who was in the prime youth of his life and now a vegetable, said to him, if you're real my friend, then do one thing for me. He said, yes, what? Get me a gun when you come tomorrow. Because this life is so pitiful, I don't want to live anymore. I just want to end it all. So Kathamrita Prabhu was quite shocked and taken aback. He said, okay, I will get it. Next day, did you get the gun? I forgot. Tomorrow, please don't forget. Next day, did you get the gun? No. So Kathamrita Prabhu was daunting now to visit him, that he'll ask for a gun. But he did not want to leave him alone. So he went with Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam. And he said, look, I don't have gun, but you please read this Srimad Bhagavatam. This will be the solution to all your problems. And he started reading Srimad Bhagavatam. And then his mental state, which before was suicidal, now knew calmness, equanimity, and blissful nature. And then Kathamrita Prabhu thought, perhaps he can translate Srimad Bhagavatam. And he told my Guru Maharaj. And my Guru Maharaj said, yes, let's go and see him. And when they went to see, he was lying on the bed and somehow turning around, trying to read Bhagavatam. So my Guru Maharaj said, Krishna has only saved him so that he can translate Bhagavatam and read Bhagavatam. So my Guru Maharaj initiated him there and there. Your name from today is Anadi Nidhanam Krishna Das. Anadi Nidhanam is one of Krishna's name, which means one who has no beginning, no end. Similarly, Krishna has no beginning, no end. Bhagavatam has no beginning, no end. And he instructed him, from today you translate Srimad Bhagavatam from English to Malayalam language. And he made the purpose of his life. So Srimad Bhagavatam, which is quite big, he started translating it. So, when he was, sitting, he used to put his hand on the chin, otherwise the head will just fall. Read and then, but his health deteriorated. Then in the dictaphone he would be speaking. In this way, he became completely absorbed in Srimad Bhagavatam, and whatever pain he was immune from that. And in that consciousness, after translating 2 cantos, he left his body. Now imagine, this person who had no reason to live found a purpose, and not only a purpose, courage also to face a reversible situation in life. So, for devotees, they follow the path of Krishna. Krishna lives on edge, and devotees, by putting their faith in Krishna, we also live in edge. At most, what will happen, our Guru Maharaj said? You will die. You have to die anyway. But dying for Krishna is a death of courage. And so no matter what happens, no matter who anything says, or anyone says, no matter what the authorities, so-called authorities may call us, no, our purpose is there, and no fear can deter us. We may be fearful, but the sense of purpose of preaching, chanting, and glorifying Krishna is much, much stronger than the fear. So, if we somehow or the other make this the purpose of our life and give to our family, friends, children Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, then we are attaching a purpose to our life. And this is the greatest purpose. Why? Because no other obstacle, hindrance or thing can dampen our enthusiasm. The Brajvasis' enthusiasm is never dampened. Why? Because the whole purpose of their life is Krishna. Similarly, following in the footsteps of Brajvasi, if we make Krishna the purpose of our lives, our life will be exciting, our life will be wonderful, and our life will be an adventure all day, every day. And by Krishna's mercy, if He wants, we can achieve wonderful things. If He doesn't want, we will fail. But even in that failure, there is pass. Because whatever we do for Krishna, Krishna will say, He is done for me. And we are claimed back. Like in Bhagavatam, we see Vritasur. Vritasur loses the battle, but wins the war. So similarly, there is no loss or diminution on this path. Bhagavad Gita, verse 40, second chapter says that there is no loss or diminution in path of Krishna consciousness. Does anyone have any questions? No. Okay. Excuse me.
The final meaning, edge means it's going to be success in your life. Is it right? Because when you say all the edge of the life, the final meaning, edge of the life is a success in your life. Is it right?
Living, just thinking just like that, living life on the edge, basically means a life of uncertainty, but we still not backing down from it. And therefore, when we put our faith on Krishna, no matter what, like Prahlad Maharaj did not back down from it, even though, all the threat is made against his life. No, Krishna is my savior. That's the connotation we make out of it.
So, Krishna will save you either good or bad things. When you do, you battle of your life. Krishna is saving, that's called the edge of the life. Is it right?
Yeah, Krishna saves us, but the perspective of whether, from our perspective, what does that mean? It doesn't matter. In loss also there is victory. Like the example of Vritasur, he lost the battle, but he won the war of the cycle of birth and death because he went to the planet of Krishnaloka. In case of Prahlad Maharaj, it seemed like, in case of Indra, it seemed that he was victorious, but then he remained in the material world to suffer. So sometimes we want something, but then that thing that we so want becomes the cause of misery. So Krishna knows the best. So we just submit to His will or the instructions of Him and His devotees. So that's life, living on edge. Jai Shri Radha Giri Govardhan Dhari ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So we'll have Aarti now and we'll honor Prasadam thereafter. You can all stand up. Hare Krishna.